Welcome back. We're here for part two of Kayla's home birth story. If you haven't tuned in to the first episode, you can find that last week. And if you're joining us again, welcome back, and here we go.
Welcome back and happy Tuesday, turkeys. How long have we known each other?
We've known each other for 2 decades.
I am not apologizing for who I am or what I like or the people that I love.
How do I be a wife? How do I be a mom? And how do I be myself and all of that? You didn't see that coming, did you?
You and Kenny are Delulu.
Yes. So he doesn't realize I'm in active labor.
Okay.
I know I'm in active labor, but I still feel like it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
And so I think, let me make sure I'm not missing anything because this is the really funny part. I'm still in the same position. Like, contractions are crazy.
Yeah.
I can literally feel, I know this is another thing that sounds weird, but I could feel my bones move.
Oh, weird.
Like I could feel my pelvic bones like shift a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is normal because that's what happens when the head comes down in a way.
Yeah.
And it was almost like I could feel him turning and coming down. It was so weird. Because last time I was on Pitocin, I was exhausted. I didn't have an epidural, so I could still feel things, but I was pushing for an hour and it was strenuous and I was not at the point where I was super aware. This time, because I was unmedicated with even anything, without Pitocin, I was just calm and really like trying to internalize what I was feeling. I could feel it. It was so crazy. Again, in my head, I'm like, I'm feeling him coming down, but like this is too early. So it's like 9:52 because again, we have timestamps. Kenny is kind of updating my family and his family, and he told me that he texted both of our parents saying, "I think she's in active labor. I think we're getting somewhat close. Like I think we're progressing. I think she's in active labor. She's doing good." 7 minutes later, our baby was born.
Oh my God.
Because like apparently he said that after he texted that, maybe a few minutes later, I may have had one more contraction, and my midwife, he was facing my head, and we kind of talked about him helping deliver or catch the baby.
Yeah.
So my midwife was like, "Can he come around the backside?
Yeah.
Obviously where he's going to come out." And he comes around, and I hear her say, "Get in the tub." And he was going to catch the baby, but I don't think he realized he was going to have to get in the tub in the water. He's fully clothed.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay." And he just gets in like a champ. And he, like literally a few minutes later, I'm pushing. Well, probably at that point, I'm pretty much starting to
Wait, what time is it? Because your midwife got there at 10:15.
Oh, I said 9:52. I meant
You mean
10:52.
Okay, that's okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
10:52. He texted, "I think she's in active
Okay.
labor." And then he comes into the pool, and a couple minutes later, like, we have our baby.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So,
How many contractions did you push through?
and I asked them that, and they're like, "You had a few contractions, but you weren't really even pushing." I remember my first, like, I'm really having to bear down and push.
Yeah.
The second one is, they say, is a little easier because your body kind of knows what to do, and it's a little quicker, which I did experience. So I didn't really even push. I was just like breathing through the contractions. So I was like breathing him down, which
Interesting.
is crazy. But again, I felt
But
that
your contractions are pushing them out, right?
Yes. My body is still kind of the throw up feeling, but
Yeah.
down there. It's called the fetal ejection reflex. And which I did experience with my first. It just took forever for him to actually come out.
Yeah.
But like in the peak of a contraction, when it's rising, you just feel like you're going to throw up, but it's the opposite
Oh, it makes
direction.
sense.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So like I couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no one's stopping me. My midwife isn't saying don't do it. Like,
yeah.
no one's saying anything, which to me is keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe 2 or 3 contractions. It wasn't very long.
Interesting.
Yeah. And he came out the correct way, which means if I'm on my hands and knees, his head was facing up and like facing my back, kind of. And I remember Kenny was like, "Oh my gosh, he's beautiful. He has beautiful lips. He has beautiful lips again," or something like that.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, I want to see. And so that's kind of gave me the encouragement to keep going and get him out. My midwife assisted him a little bit, but Kenny basically caught him.
That's so cool.
He had the umbilical cord around his neck, but it was really loose.
Okay.
So she just undid it, and I didn't know how I was going to turn around. Like all my life, watching videos, I'm like, how do people? You're so exhausted, you're like shaking at the end. How do you how do you turn around without hitting your baby? Like, things are attached, right?
Yeah.
So adrenaline kicked in, and I swung my left leg over and just plopped down. And later, I had actually severe hip pain for like a week.
Oh my God.
I think I tweaked something. Like, that was actually worse than like postpartum cramps. And my midwife was like, I was about to help you, but you just swung your leg right over. I'm like, I was really excited. So literally it was so funny. So we sat there and we just stared at him, and there's kind of some shock, but it was not as much shock as last time. I
Yeah.
was way more present in the moment. And so, yeah, he was born at 10:59.
Oh my
So
God.
my mucus plug came out at 2. I started feeling a little contraction-y at 3. My doula came at 10 o'clock.
That's crazy.
My midwife came at 10:15, and then we had him like 45 minutes later.
That's wild.
So I didn't really need to buy all that food, but it was there. We ate it.
What was your first food after? Because last time you ate a Bobo-ass breakfast sandwich that you said tasted better than anything you've ever eaten.
It was delicious.
Although you were also in labor for 36 hours.
I was exhausted.
And they weren't letting you eat.
No, I finagled a popsicle. How fun is that? But yeah, they weren't really letting me eat. I would have if I had food, because I'd have been like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any. I had my yummiest sourdough pumpkin chocolate chip muffin.
That's perfect.
I know. It was amazing. I was going to be like, oh, give me some bone broth or some soup and something healing and warm. And I'm like, give me my muffin.
Oh my God.
It was they're already so good.
Yeah.
And it was like so good. And so the birth was amazing. Like, it happened fast, basically from 2 to 11, or really it was like 3 to 11 is when contractions started. What was that, 8 hours?
Mm-hmm.
So much better than 36. And I prayed too that it wouldn't be too quick, because that's also a little shocking.
Yeah.
But I didn't want it to be too long. So I was like, anywhere from like 6 to 8 hours would be great.
Yeah.
Which it basically was. And the coolest part, because in the hospital, the labor was not what I wanted, but it was okay.
Yeah.
Like, we made it work and it was fine. The postpartum in the hospital was probably the worst part of all of it.
Yeah.
And so it was such a blessing to be there. My other little story, so Kenny's in the water, right? We're sitting there soaking at the moment. It's been a few minutes. And then I start seeing, again, TMI. If you're watching this, the title is Birth Story. So you would kind of expect some weird stuff. There's blood coming under, rising from the pool. But you know how it's like, it's not fully mixed in yet. It's just on the bottom. And
did you have to like birth your afterbirth?
Mm-hmm. I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
But the blood is coming.
Yeah.
And so I look at Kenny, I'm like, you can get out now. Like, I know that now this is not your job. You don't want your clothes to be blood soaked, because we're already like soaked in other things. So anyway, so he gets out, and I think someone is holding the baby right outside of the tub, because he's still connected, obviously, to the umbilical cord, which is connected to my placenta, which, yes, I had to birth.
Inside of you.
Yes. And so, basically, I needed some assistance at the end, but when it felt ready, because she gently pulled on the cord, which I couldn't even feel. In the hospital, they kind of pulled and pushed down on my stomach so hard that I could feel it. Was so painful.
Ooh.
It was almost as extreme as contractions.
Oh, no.
But they need to get it out to, there's a time, they say, that is reasonable for it to come out, so you don't have to worry about too much bleeding. And so she was like, hey, whenever you're ready, like, you can, if you want to do it. Because I told her, I was like, I'd like to birth my own placenta if I can.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there there's no more contractions really, so you're just pushing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling at the same time. I'm pulling my own placenta.
Oh my God.
Because I can feel the amount
you can gauge.
Yeah. That looked weird. Oh, good, I'm not on camera there. So I'm pulling, and I'm having an issue because it's so slippery and rubbery, to be honest. The cord is so rubbery.
Is it still warm?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like body temperature warm.
Yeah.
It's so craziest thing. And so eventually I needed her to reach down with like a gauze thing and help me pull, because my hand was slipping. I just couldn't get like a grip on it.
Yeah.
And that was also a weird feeling, because it's so big, but there's no bones. So it's like birthing a baby with no bones.
Oh, weird.
So it doesn't hurt, but it's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling. So we get that out, and I'm touching it. I'm touching it all over. Because last time I couldn't touch it.
Oh,
And I really wanted to touch my placenta. Again, I feel like that sounds weird to some people, but I made the organ. It gave life to my baby while I was inside. I just wanted to have a moment with it.
I mean, I wanted to see my gallbladder when they took it out. They didn't give it to me, but
yeah, it's
I
weird.
don't know. Like, I want to see what my organs look like.
Probably
It's
sold
gonna
it.
come out of me. No,
Right.
it was necrotic and
Oh,
infected. No one wanted that thing.
yeah, it's
Anyway,
really
keep
good.
going.
Anyway, well, so that's funny. So we had a bowl. So sitting in the bowl
Okay.
right next to me, I was holding the baby. My placenta was floating in a bowl next to me. And then I was starting to get a little cold. And so they're like, "Do you want to get out?" And I said, "Yeah, let's just get to the bed. Let's get this over with." I just didn't want to get up, but I was like, I need to get
Yeah.
up. So Kenny took, this is the other funny part. Kenny took our baby and was holding him on the bed, just waiting for us to come. But he's still attached to the placenta because I wanted a delayed cord cutting.
Yeah.
I was like, let's get all the blood out and blah, 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 blah. So he's literally on our bed, has a gallon Ziploc bag with my placenta in it. And it's like kind of leaning up against him because we can't fully close it. And he's like, that was probably one of the weirder moments, but he was such a champ. He was just sitting there with
It just makes me laugh because he's a kind of a squeamish guy.
I just feel like he's not like fainty with blood
No.
but he would prefer not to be sitting right
That's
next
what
to
I
an
mean.
organ. Yeah.
But he's not. I think he's a reasonable amount of squeam.
100%. 100%. So funny.
And it just makes me laugh. Of all of the people. I know other people who are way more.
Mm-hmm.
But also, he hasn't been like watching all the placenta videos that
Right.
you have.
I'm watching all the videos that
So he's just like going with the flow,
Mhm.
which I appreciate about his personality.
I know.
But that's a really funny picture, and I wish you had a photo of it.
I know. In my head, it's engraved, and I love it so much. But the other really nice thing is just the womanly care of my midwife and doula. It kind of reminds me of like how people say like it takes a village. When people used to live in the village, everyone would help.
Mhm.
Like the elderly women who had the wisdom would like just be there and whatever.
Mhm.
So they helped me get out of the tub.
I mean, even like people who have like their mom or their like
Yeah.
aunt present for
Mhm.
home births or something. Like just like you're saying, if you were in a community of multi-generational women.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've done it. And anyway. keep
Yeah.
going.
No, it's exactly like that. And as much as it was an easy birth, like compared to my first, there was really no pain. It was just pressure,
Yeah.
no tearing. Like it was absolutely perfect. Walking right after you give birth is unlike anything else. And I remember my God, Kaylee, it was probably 2-inch steps.
Yeah.
Like you can't walk normally.
Yeah.
And so I was like draped over each of their shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm just walking so slowly, and they held me up, and they were kind of sponge bathing me and drying me off as we
Yeah.
were walking because obviously I'm about to get in the bed.
Yeah.
And there's things on my body because I was in the tub. And it was that was a sweet moment too. And so they got me in bed, and again, going from standing to laying down again was just weird. But once I got in the bed, it was great. I got to hold him, and then Kenny got to cut the umbilical cord while we were in bed together. Like
Yeah.
it was all right here, and I could hold my baby.
Well, and it's not like squirty because it's already drained
Correct.
of blood.
It was so easy. It was just
Yeah.
click, 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 click.
Yeah.
So
Because they normally have to clamp it. Is that why they have to clamp it?
I still think they clamped it so it wouldn't move. Because again, it's kind of slimy.
Okay.
But there was no blood to be
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted. So it was really, really special. And then my ambience thing was still on. And it was just the perfect moment. We were in our own home, in our own bed, with our newborn baby.
Can he change at any point? Or
Yeah.
is he
Oh,
still
yeah.
wet?
Oh, no, he changed.
Okay.
I think he went to the other room and took a shower. Because the tub was still in our shower.
When he came out, was he like sitting on you for a little bit?
Uh-huh.
Like when Kenny was doing that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, when he first comes out, he had the vernix on him a little bit. It wasn't terrible, but that white stuff that's kind of on them. And I love that they didn't scrub it off because it's like a protective little skin stuff. So in the hospital, they rub it off real quick. And I'm like, let me have my vernixy baby. I know that's crazy, but it's like extra lubricant nutrient lotion. You know what I mean? So I'm like, just leave it on. It'll soak in whatever. They have to pat him dry a little bit, so he maybe lost to some, but I just loved how hands off everyone was. And So yes, Ken needed to take a shower. Then he came back in bed, and they stayed. So we had him, let's call it 11 because it was 10:59. They stayed until about 2.
Oh, wow.
So they were cleaning up. They cleaned up our floor. They got the blood out off the tile. They started the laundry. They made sure we were good. Then they did his little APGAR test or whatever and made sure he was good. We weighed him, measured him, all that fun
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, they were there for 3 hours,
Oh my God.
which is amazing because there's a lot to do
Yeah.
immediately postpartum. So all in all, it was just the most beautiful experience, exactly what I had prayed for.
Yeah.
And it was so redemptive compared to my first, which that must have happened for a reason. Everything is fine. And I love that story too in some ways, but it wasn't what I wanted. And so this was yes, I got almost exactly what I prayed for.
Yeah.
So yeah. And now we're here 2.5, almost 3, 12 weeks postpartum.
That's
And I think because of how easy it was and smooth and peaceful and calm and there was no surprises, my postpartum journey has been a lot better. Also because I know what to expect.
Yeah.
With your first, you just don't know what you don't know. But this time, I just felt more at ease and that I was okay. My body wasn't in fight or flight.
Yeah.
And it's been so much better this time around.
And it wasn't probably as traumatic on your physical body.
Oh,
because the labor went at the normal pace and you didn't
yes.
have to have interventions, which again, I totally understand why they do that and why all of that played out the way that it did, but it was probably harder physically. Did you tear a little bit the first time?
I had a little tiny. Whoa.
Ooh.
I had a little tiny lateral tear.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't need stitches or anything.
Okay.
But I was scared to pee for the first time.
Yeah.
And I realized, oh my God, peeing really doesn't hurt unless you tear.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh my God, it was so much better. And again, maybe TMI, but the first time you go number 2, that's also a little bit of a scary moment. But that wasn't terrible either. Everything.
Okay.
But again, I think the pelvic floor therapy prior to having birth really strengthened my pelvic floor. I feel like my pelvic floor was just so shot from the first time because of all the pushing and the length of the labor and just not preparing like I probably could have.
And you were really active this pregnancy compared to the last one because you had to chase a 2-year-old around.
Yes. And I told myself I need to walk more. And so I felt like my baseline health was better this time around for sure, which probably helped. So yeah, all in all, so much better. Mentally and physically.
Yeah. And spiritually.
Yes. That was crazy. It was so beautiful. So we were joking
I've heard
because
about the meditative state and things like that. It totally makes sense. It's just neat to hear it.
It was wild. And it's funny because with our first, it took me about a year. We always knew we wanted more than one, but it took me about a year to say, I would love to do this again and give birth. Not right then, but I will be ready again.
Yeah.
This time was 3 days later. I was like, I want to do that again for sure. That was so beautiful. I want to do it again.
Yeah.
At least one more time.
Yeah.
So Kenny's like, okay. So it was, that's my birth story. So it was great. It was beautiful.
That's so great. Okay, so you're not in a hospital. So did you just have to go to the health department to register him as alive? Does your midwife do that?
My midwife sends in something to get his social security number sent. And then whether you're in the hospital or at home, at least in Texas, we have to go online and order his birth certificate.
When do you declare his name?
The midwife took care of that. I'm not really sure.
So she did that as part of the social and the registration?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you have his name ahead of time or you had options?
We had, we had options. And then once we saw him, we were like, oh, it's definitely this name, which I'll probably blurt out at some point in the future. So Cody, I was like, oh, it's definitely Cody. But then his middle name, we couldn't figure out. So we were between 2.
What was the other one? What's
the
one that
first
you
names?
didn't pick?
Caleb and Kyron.
Oh, yeah. But what was his other middle name?
Matthew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my midwife was like, Well, it was late. So the next day she came back and checked up on us and checked him and blah blah. And she's like, "Do you want me to do the stuff now?" And I'm like, "I don't really know his middle name yet. We're still debating." So then our next appointment, which was like 3 days later, she came back and we had decided.
Okay.
So it took us a couple days
Okay. That
to
makes
pick the
sense.
middle name. And so then she at that point wrote everything in, had us double check it, and then sent it in.
Okay.
So yeah.
When did your family, like, when did the first family come?
So we had him at 11 p.m. My parents took our
Oh,
toddler.
yeah.
So he was with them. Because as much as I think it's cool for kids to maybe be around that, I just didn't know how I was going to be. I didn't know how
Yeah.
vocal I was going to be. I didn't want to scare him.
I was gonna say, okay,
He's
I'm sorry that all of my education is from sister wives. But there's like they've explained in that show there's like a tradition of home births
Yeah.
in polygamous families
Mhm.
because of the legal implications, especially back in the day.
Oh,
Like you didn't want they
yeah.
would take your kids. Like so they didn't want people knowing about it. So that's where like a lot of that came from, the culture and the history of it. So I had watched like multiple home births on TV from that show
That's
that I'm
crazy.
obsessed with. But there was one where they were laboring at home and they had young kids and they were scared.
Mhm.
And obviously they had a bunch of children and multiple
Yeah.
women around.
Yeah.
So they like comforted them and all of that. But I could see that being a little scary
Yeah.
for a younger kid. But it was kind of neat to see like some of their younger daughter
Yes.
kind of being around.
If it was a girl, because hopefully maybe she one day will go through this, like that's cool to see a positive situation or like
Mhm.
what it could be like and what that feeling is. But I also thought, well, maybe we can have him somewhere and then right at the end bring him in for like the end fun part. Fun part. But it just didn't work with because I needed Kenny to be fully present for me.
I was gonna say he's still at a young enough age where I feel like that would be hard. And even if you had a slightly older child, I just still feel like you as a mom would be in tune with them maybe more than you
Yeah.
needed to be.
Yeah. So we did not opt to do that. So he was at my parents' house. So they came down. They came over to drop him off and meet the baby around, I think it was around 5 p.m. the next day.
Oh, so you guys had like almost a full day.
Yeah, which was actually really nice because
That
we
is.
just needed to like settle in and because we didn't hardly sleep at all after they left because they left
Yeah.
at 2
Yeah.
and then we're just, oh my
Yeah.
God, this is great. And figuring out breastfeeding and him and sleeping and just blah, blah, blah. So I'm glad we waited till a little bit later in the day.
Yeah.
And so my parents got to meet him. I first got to meet him and he had woken up from a nap from the car ride. So when he came in, he was not a happy boy. We set up a camera thinking it'd be like a cute, like little
Yeah.
like reunion. No, no, no. He was like, no, 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 no.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
we took him out, got him like adjusted.
Yeah.
And then brought him back in and he came up on the bed and I wasn't holding him. They say like don't hold them. So I was cuddling with Kaden a little bit and then Kenny brought our baby in.
Oh.
And that way he's not like, my mom's holding this new baby and she's
Yeah.
replaced me, right? It's like, no, come with mom and then we'll introduce you to the baby. So that it was better.
Because he was 2.5.
Yeah, almost exactly 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah. So he did really well and it was great. It wasn't like video worthy to post, but it was cute nonetheless. And then the next day, I think is when Kenny's parents came down
Okay.
and stayed a while to help.
Yeah, because I was gonna say chasing him around with all of his energy. It's not like he was like, Mom and Dad need some time.
No. And bless my husband because I, again, was really strict with my recovery. It's like I have to stay in bed and I'm going to have to ask a lot of everyone.
Yeah.
And which is kind of hard for me sometimes because as much as I'm like, wait, can you grab my water bottle? When I keep having to ask for things over and over and over again, I feel like I'm burdening people. Then I start getting uncomfortable with it. So
How long was your goal to stay in bed for?
what is the number? Like 7 a week ish.
Okay.
Like obviously I'm going to get up to pee. I'll get up to go grab a bottle. Like I'll get up, but I'm not going to be up
Yeah.
for very long, So it worked. And it was really nice that his parents were here.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been next to impossible.
Yeah. So I was basically in bed for like a week. And then after that, I started going out to the living room and just like sitting all day out there. But at least I was like out of the bedroom. Because I
Yeah.
started to feel a little claustrophobic in there.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of help. And Kenny was a champ because he was wrangling our toddler in and also bringing me food and bringing me water and all the things that I didn't realize I needed. Like, can you bring my phone charger? And, oh my God, this is in the other room. And, you know, all the stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, he was great.
Did you have your first in daycare at all during that week?
Yes, which was actually really nice too, because
Yeah.
then he could kind of get a break and he could catch up on rest too, because,
Yeah.
you know, everyone talks about the mom, and there is a little bit more on the mom because you're the one with the boobs, right?
Yeah.
And the feeding, but he was obviously not sleeping great either, and also just very alert with a newborn. And so it was really nice to have our first in daycare because he did get a few
Yeah.
days of breakage during the day. So yeah, that was good. Crazy.
How did he do?
Our first?
Yeah.
He did good. I think at first he was a little bit more emotionally outraged, not outraged. Like, he was probably quicker to have a little bit of temper tantrums
Mm-hmm.
because he wasn't maybe getting as much attention. But it wasn't extremely noticeable. It was only slightly noticeable. So I think he did pretty good overall.
Like, he didn't have a like sleep regression or
No.
Well,
I
that's
think,
good.
well, because everyone's in the same room.
Oh, yeah.
If he was in the other room and our baby was in the bassinet next to me, I think we would have had a problem.
Yeah.
But everyone was there. He was still right in between mom and dad. Like, it was still like a really quick family thing. And then he would wake up and, baby brother, baby brother. So it was cute. We talked to him a lot about it. Like, leading up, you can't really see I'm pregnant, but once I started showing, we started
Mhm.
talking to him a lot about it. Like, there's a baby in mommy's belly, and that's why I can't really lift you as much, and that's why we have to be careful. And you were in mommy's belly, and
Yeah.
just like all the things you try to explain to a toddler. And I'm like, is this making any sense to him? But
Yeah.
when he got here, he was like, baby brother.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he did really well because you just don't know. Like, I was like, is he gonna be like, oh, this thing?
Yeah.
Smack. I know he's been super gentle with him. Obviously, he like plays with cars and he's hit him in the head a couple times because he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
But
it's
he's
not because he's
never
like jealous.
exactly.
I wonder if he'll be more jealous when he is able to like grab toys.
Oh, 100% probably, yeah.
Like, once there's more baby, like toddler, more
There's a little bit of overlap and stuff.
autonomy.
I'm sure. And there'll be brotherly fights and stuff like that. But at least right now, when he's crying, he'll be like, baby brother, it's okay, baby brother.
Oh my God.
Like, it's really sweet. So I'm grateful for that.
It's so cute. I can't wait to see them interact as he gets bigger.
I know. I can't wait for them to play. Our house is going to be crazy. But it'll be good. So yeah.
You have a good backyard.
Right?
You
Go
can be
outside and play.
outside the decent amount in Texas.
Right? But yeah, so maybe we'll have a third and maybe I'll have another last fun birth story to tell. But it was great. I'm so happy that it went the way I wanted it to this
Is
time.
there anything you'll do different next time?
I'll probably call my midwife earlier.
Yeah.
I've heard the third is a wild card. So, like, the first is usually a little harder, a little longer. The second is usually quicker and easier. The third is like a wild card. Don't really know what that means, but I feel like I shouldn't feel bad for them being there for maybe too long.
Yeah,
since
just
they
being
weren't.
a little less conscientious. Well,
Like, I need to be a little more selfish.
yeah.
And so I think that's probably what I would do.
They also probably travel with snacks.
Yeah, sometimes. But then I realized my doula was actually out with friends, like at
Oh, wow.
finishing up her dinner or like out for drink or she was doing
Yeah.
something with her friends. And so she wasn't even home. And I guess they just have a bag in their car always.
Oh, wow.
And so she was like, yeah, sorry, I'm dressed like this. I was at dinner. And I'm like, I don't care. Oh, so I missed a part. So she was on the little ledge on our shower. And then when we got really close, she sat down because she was kind of probably leaning over a little farther.
Yeah.
So she sat down, and at one point when things got really intense, I really buckled over and the tub kind of mushed down with me and I felt all this water fall out. And I'm like, oh, I just got my midwife soaking, or my doula soaking wet. And I told her that after. She's like, why were you thinking about me? I'm like, I don't know, but I did. And I was like, dang, I just got you all wet.
That's so funny.
But no, they were great. I love my team and I hope to use both of them again next time.
It's such an interesting profession. I would just love to talk to people that do it. How do you get into it? It's such an act of love.
Act of love. I could not do it, but I feel like a lot of people get into it after their own births, or maybe they
Yeah.
were raised in a community where they did see more home births. Or a lot of like the elder midwives I've heard, it's like when everything was kind of crazy in the hospitals and it was not good back in the day with like women's, I don't want to say rights, but the knowledge and education about women and birth, like strapping women down and basically knocking them out with a sedative
Mm-hmm.
and then just like pulling their baby out.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So I feel like a lot of people, like maybe almost in the feminist movement, were like, oh, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing it off on our own. I was listening to a bunch of like elder midwife podcast stuff, and that's what they were saying. Like,
I wonder if any like RNs or OBGYNs cross over and change over.
probably.
I don't know. I've known
Probably.
some people that were RNs, like old school RNs that transitioned out into like more what Eastern medicine or like acupuncture, like
Mm-hmm.
kind of left the traditional system because they got frustrated through the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's very interesting.
I don't know how to wrap this up.
I don't either. But it was beautiful. And I'm proud of myself. And I'm happy. And I'm grateful that I
And
went.
he's here.
Well, he's here.
Let's
It's
link
crazy.
your meditation thing.
Yes, we will link the Christian hypnobirthing. It does have a monthly cost, but I mean, I just listened to it like the last trimester of my pregnancy and then obviously the day of, and then I canceled it afterwards. No offense. I think you could listen to it anytime if you are
Yeah.
into like meditating. I think it's great for anything, but it's specifically about birth and
Yeah.
stuff. So, yes, I will definitely link it. I thought it was 100,000% worth it. It's beautiful.
This was just so fun. I'm glad we got to do this in person.
I know. We've been waiting. I've been waiting to tell the full story.
I know, the full shebang.
Oh my gosh.
Now we have a little peanut head.
With hair, again, all the hair. And yes, I did have heartburn again. Wasn't as bad as my first. Again, maybe because I was a little more healthy this time around, but
What does that have to do with their hair?
yeah, people say it's like a wives' tale that if you have heartburn, you're going to have a baby with a lot of hair. Or some hair at least. Both of my, this is crazy too, because our first had more hair than this. Isn't that wild?
Oh, he's got more hair than me.
He's got more hair than some 1-year-olds though.
Oh, he for sure does.
So funny.
Even from birth.
Mm-hmm. It was basically like this at birth.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. All right, well, I'm going to hang up on us because I think he wants us to be done. But until next week.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.